I'm pouting.
T-Cone! Let's see you grit those teeth! Hello, my darlings. Welcome back to the Philosoweebs. I'm 40 years a weeb.
And I'm T-Cone.
What's going on, T-Cone? How you been this week?
I've been pretty good. How have you been, sir?
Pretty good, pretty good. You know, I gotta say, I feel guilty that I have not watched our first episode.
Really?
Yeah, I meant to, and then I just didn't. So I think I'll make that my homework for tonight.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot you can get out of it, especially with just, you know, the usual stuff, seeing how you act, seing how I act.
Yeah, I know from what I have seen of it, what I want to improve on is I need to fucking like nail my head still. Yep. I agree with everything.
I think I do a bit of the same
I'm
thing,
definitely
so
a bobblehead, so
that's fair.
You know, but other than that, man, it was a blast. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. It was very fun. And we got a lot of other stuff coming for you guys as well with short form content. So.
Yeah, we're working on some interesting things for sure.
Having a lot of fun, and we hope that you guys enjoy too and can build a community around it. So yeah, tune into that. All right, what are we talking about today, sir?
Well, you know, I was watching. Okay, so you know, I was thinking about this a lot. Like, we like talking about philosophy, but obviously it's not my only interest. I want to talk about other things generally. So I started to like watch shows with an eye of like how it could possibly pertain to some of our discussions and things. And you know, I'll watch virtually any piece of garbage that comes out in the season because why not?
Yes.
You know, I'll give them up, most of them. So one of the shows that I'm not particularly loving right now, but does have some interesting stuff going on, is called Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
Okay.
Have you not heard of this yet?
I have not, but it sounds interesting.
It is interesting. So basically we start off with the main character, Sakuna, in like, they call it the lofty realm. It's like the realm of the gods.
Okay.
There's like all these different gods. She is the daughter of the god of war and the goddess of the harvest.
Okay.
And her parents have like gone missing. And she's been like just super lazy, basically living it up in the capital.
Yeah.
This is kind of how she's doing. And then she gets like tasked by the main goddess to go to the demon island or island of the demons or something like that.
Yeah.
It's where her parents used to live and where her mom like grew and harvested the best rice ever, right?
Yeah.
So her duty is to go back there and to investigate why demons have overrun it. And, well, okay, sorry, that's where her parents went. They were fighting demons and they disappeared.
Okay.
So she needs to investigate why there's demons and also to start growing rice again.
Okay.
And then there's like these humans who wind up stumbling across the lofty realm and the bridge closes, so they're stuck there until the bridge reopens.
Okay.
So they go with her, and it's like a man, a woman who's probably like they come from Yamato, I think it is. So it's like Japan, but not Japan.
Okay.
And she seems to be like a Jesuit, like one of those like old like what was it, like the Portuguese who went to Japan like back in the 1600s.
Yep.
Seems to be like that type of archetype. And then there's two orphan children.
Okay.
And they're all three orphan children. So they're all together on this thing, and it's about them like toiling, growing rice.
Yeah.
It's literally about them growing rice. It's very interesting.
Okay.
So it's quiet, it's slow. She needs to figure out, you know, and she went from living it up to literally sweating in a rice paddy, you know what I mean? Like doing this thing. And it's interesting. And I think it's like 6 episodes by now. And she's now gotten to a point where she spent a couple years and her rice harvest is pretty good. And like, she just sits back and she just goes, every little thing you do affects the outcome of the rice. You know? And I was thinking about that all. It's like, you know, what am I watching here? What is this about? It's about perseverance. You know what I mean? It's about finding your place. It was a very interesting show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish you'd seen it so we could actually talk more about it. But, you know, it's something more than just, you know, listen, I love that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Yeah. But, you know, there's not a lot going on.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, let's elaborate on that. I mean, so we're talking about every little thing counts towards your crop. I mean, we can definitely relate that to philosophy and to ourselves and our own lives.
And like why you do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because she says, like, what's the difference? And then when she realizes the difference, what makes it so different? You know?
Okay.
And that like kicks in her mission.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is just, I mean, for myself, especially my philosophy that I have adopted most recently, I feel like is just self-improvement. You know, just all about trying to be better, trying to keep moving forward, as we always say.
That's right.
You know, I just like to keep improving, and I think, like, you know, we're talking about we are our crops, we are the fruits of our labor, essentially. And I guess where I'm going with this is just, you know, purely like relation-wise, like we are the crops, and everything we do is
also the crops.
Yeah, also.
I mean, it's true. You know, like back to this show, it's the same thing. Like, you know, like the two kids. There's like an orphan baby. I guess that's why I keep forgetting him, because he's
a baby.
Yeah, he doesn't matter. He's inconsequential.
Yeah.
But like, there's this little dick boy. He's such a fucking asshole. And then there's this girl who's like constantly following him around. And throughout the story, you find out that he like rescued her.
Okay.
He has no memory of rescuing her, and like thinks it's creepy. He's like, she thinks I saved him. I hate her. I didn't save her. She won't leave me alone. You know. But it turns out she's actually like a spirit fox or some shit. Oh, no, I'm sorry, a goose. It's a goose. And he did rescue her as a goose. So, of course, he didn't know it was a little girl following him. What I mean? So it's interesting. And then he has to grow to accept that. Yeah. And then also find his place. Like, he's actually a crafter. Like, you know, he starts a hoe. He's trying to make like a metal hoe, basically. Yeah. Is his goal. And he feels useless because there's nothing for him to do. There's no forge. There's no way for him to create. He's not a farmer. He doesn't want to help farm. So he's like acting out because he's in this situation where he's completely helpless. Yeah. And eventually he does get a forge, and he makes her the best hoe. You know, which is a strange sentence to say, but you know what I mean. And not, you know, she's not his best hoe, but she gets a best hoe. But you get it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. No.
It's pretty interesting.
I got nothing.
Yeah, and then the guy, you know, he's supposed to be a warrior, but he was inefficient, and he always wanted to be a farmer. Yeah, but he's also not very good at that. You know, so he's finally like gets his dream in a certain way, but sucks and like is ruining stuff. So he has to learn too.
So this show sounds like it's a lot about like finding purpose in a sense, or also like the idea of like you think you know your purpose, but then something else comes along, and that's like
perhaps, yeah. It seems to be about finding one's purpose, accepting your purpose, while also respecting others and their purposes. That seems to be what it's about so far. Okay, but I don't know. But this last episode, they introduced maybe there's going to be some kind of villain thing going on. Okay. Honestly, I almost don't need it. Yeah. Like, it's the type of show that I would keep watching if it was literally just them farming to keep giving me. You know, these kinds of little lessons. It's interesting. I mean, it is interesting.
Could be interesting, though. Yeah.
I would say check it out if you've got time on your hands. Yeah. But, you know, there's lots of other shows I'd rather have you watch because they get me fucking hyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Solo leveling.
Dude, solo leveling is dope. I'm sure you guys know.
Yes. Sure. I feel like everyone
knows solo. I mean, it's popular for a reason. Yeah. I don't usually jump on the hype train, but this one... all aboard, baby. Let's go. Yeah. And blow right through the station.
What has your favorite part of solo leveling been? I think we've talked about it a little, but...
Oh, boy. Like, what is my favorite part? You know, I think it relates to everything that we always talk about going forward. Yeah. You know what I mean? He is the strongest, but he realizes he still needs to be stronger, and he keeps going, and every fight is fucking better than the last. I mean, it's balls to the wall, that shit. I mean, it's I mean, I read the whole thing in just hours. I was just like, yeah, give it to me, please. I need to finish it. I need to finish it so I can start the new one that just started.
Yep. Yeah. I really like So I did read Solo Leveling a little bit. I haven't watched it yet, but I
way before the show came out, right?
Way before, yeah. And I definitely loved the whole power system of like, you know, like the quest, you do your quest to get your points, you spend your points. I mean, just, you know, like an RPG,
like the video game stuff,
like a video game. And like a lot of people I've seen, like, you know, are so so much like relate it to just like this is real life. Like you just, your quest is to do 50 push-ups and you're getting stronger. Like, that's literally what it is.
The One Punch Man.
So yeah, so it's like I think it's inspiring in a lot of ways, and yeah, it's really cool. So
I agree, it is inspiring, especially because like part of the story is like him losing emotions. You know what I mean? Like there's one part he's just like, oh, there's another emotion gone. And but he's still not. He's retaining his humanity.
Okay.
He's still doing the saving and the right thing at every turn, even though he is like the ultimate. His murderous intent just gets crazy. The way that they depict it in the manga is so cool. It's just like everything's purple and there's black shadow with eyes. It's just like, uh-oh, I'm dead.
So he puts his lack of emotions aside to retain humanity, you feel like?
I don't think that's even it. I think that he's such a human character that fundamentally even if he's losing his emotions, he's not really gonna lose them all. I don't think so, because I don't know. I mean, I read the 9 volumes that are in English print. I haven't finished yet. I'm gonna read the rest digitally.
Yeah.
So I don't know yet.
All right. So do you think there's a connection to emotions and morals?
No. I don't know. I mean, sure, with some people.
But
right?
do you think in his case, like, do you think like he's held on to his morals more than anything, even though he's losing his emotions?
Well, he's an interesting character because I don't think his morals are the same. Like, yeah, he likes to save people, doesn't want to see innocent people hurt, but I mean, he didn't really. After he killed people for the first time and when confronted with the idea he's gonna have to do it again, there wasn't much of a. There was pretty much just like, okay, oh well, you know, like how I think I would probably approach it.
Okay,
sorry.
Well, that's kind of like the Aaron talks we have. So
that's very true. Yeah, it's very true. Ruthlessness. I'm reading 48 Laws of Power and it's slow going.
Yeah.
But the last one I just read was when you defeat your enemy, defeat them thoroughly,
completely. Yeah. Destroy them completely.
Don't let them come back.
Yes.
That's it in a nutshell. That to me is the truth of warfare.
Yes.
No matter how bad you feel.
It's a tactical thing more than a moral or emotional thing.
You have to take emotion out of the battlefield. It's got no place there.
You think as humans, when we are on the battlefield for any situation, do you think? So I mean, obviously, some people are forced into a war where their emotions don't matter, and some people are in a war where their emotions do matter. Do you think that when we are in that kind of warfare space and we talk about our emotions, like, so for the case of Aaron is in this war because of his emotions, I feel like, I mean, he has like...
I don't think it's emotion.
No?
I don't think it's emotion driving Aaron.
Well,
I don't think the desire...
We talk about his future, like he is stuck to his past.
He's stuck to it, but that's not even the aspect I'm talking about. I don't think his desire for freedom... I mean, maybe I could be wrong here, but maybe it's just semantics. Is that an emotion?
I would say so.
Is it? Or is it an intellectual thought and desire?
Well, I think the desire is part of your emotion, no? You desire to be free because of the emotions it comes with.
Well, sure, but I feel like that makes it a different thing. I don't know. I feel like we're arguing semantics at this point. It's kind of the same thing both ways.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess what I was getting at is more like... What I wanted to delve into was the idea of, like, why do we fight? Because, if we're fighting because of our emotions or our morals, but we lose that in fighting, like...
Well, I think there's... Okay, so there's an offensive war and a defensive war, right? Fighters in a defensive war are protecting their homes, their country, their livelihood, their family.
Yeah.
That's very emotionally driven.
Yeah.
Whereas, the offensive war might not necessarily be emotional at all. It should just be cold, hard, I want your land for the money, So I feel like there's two different sides of warfare.
Where would you say Aaron fell on that?
I mean, I guess if you want to go back to the semantics argument there, then it would be emotional warfare for Aaron, yes.
Okay.
For sure, because he doesn't want that land.
Yeah.
He just wants that land to not come and attack his.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
So yeah, like what have you come across this week that is like kind of maybe new or just maybe not new, but like you're getting your blood going, you know? What are you liking?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember.
I brought stocking up, but that's really not my answer for that. That was more like an interesting topic.
I think you need to go first because I cannot remember. I can't really think of anything. I'm trying to think.
Well, man, I won't say it's getting my blood boiling, but so we all know I'm upset. Well, maybe not you guys just yet, but you'll learn soon enough. I am obsessed with isekai as a genre. I think it's wild. There's so much of it. And recently that show, The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, I really enjoyed. Fucking another waifu on the list. Rose is right up there. She's great. I wanted to read it. So I started reading the light novels, and I'm enjoying them. They're actually, I won't call them well written because it's a light novel, but it's much more well written than some.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying it so far. Boy, Usato's a fucking idiot, though. My God.
I feel like most isekai characters are.
Yeah.
Or main characters, I should say.
Yep. Except for White. So I'm a Spider, So What is my favorite, hands down. It's my favorite isekai. I love it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying that right now. I'm just gonna plow through all those fucking light novels.
Nice.
Let's see how we go. I'm gonna do I'll probably wind up doing like a full like video essay on all of it.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Go check that out over on 40 Years of Weeb.
Yep, it will exist soon, I
promise. So for me, I just thought of Jujutsu Kaisen. I wouldn't say it was in the past week. Well, yeah, no, because I saw the leaks. I remember I told you about that. Spoiler warning ahead, by the way.
Yeah, because we're recording this on the day where the chapter that is leaked that he's talking about is actually officially released. So,
although by the time we post this,
it'll be out.
Yeah. Okay. So the last chapter we read was him and Sukuna talking. And the latest leak was, do you mind if I spoil it?
No, of course, go ahead.
So it talked about, so part of it was Fushiguro is fighting back a little now. Mm-hmm. He's fighting back with Sukuna. And
good, because if he fucking dies.
Yeah. So yeah, him and Yuji are throwing hands. Fushiguro is coming back a little. And Itadori's just doing his thing. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. So,
I like how Yuji has just gotten, with every chapter, there's more confidence.
Yes,
he has grown so much as a character, and like rightfully so. He's over it. Yeah. He is fucking over what is happening there.
Yes,
and I don't blame him. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking he was going to become like the villain of the story. Like he was going to do like what he did to Mahito essentially to Sukuna. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but he's definitely like.
I thought maybe in the beginning, until he took over Megami's body, I thought maybe that might go there.
Yeah. Now he's basically at the point where he's saying like, because his whole idea when he talked in the last chapter of like I can defeat you. Was essentially he's going to trap him back in his body. That is his plan.
Okay.
And the chapter leak,
I love that, dude.
Yes,
I can defeat you.
Yes.
I like that.
Absolutely. So the chapter end of the leak was one of Sukuna's fingers like kind of sealed like in like some big mausoleum like and we don't know where. So I'm thinking like Yuji, we're going to see a typical Gege flashback where it's like 5 pages of just speech bubbles where they're like, yes, actually we have this precaution
them all standing
prepared.
Around.
Yeah,
all you can see is their faces because there's fucking bubbles filling everything up.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be like, yes, we have this one finger prepared for you, Yuji. Like, you are the only one that can do this, that can hold Sukuna. And he's be like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. But I think that's what's going to happen in the end. I am hoping Fushiguro gets saved. I think our girl Nobra is gone forever.
I know, man. I told you I just stopped season 2.
Yeah.
Like the episode where she's about to die, I just didn't watch, and I never picked it back up.
It's sad, but
I don't want it.
I think it's the unfortunate truth, as
I know.
is for me with Gojo. He's gone. I was kind of upset that Yuta took over his body to like get folded in 2 chapters. He came back and then was like, "Oh, my RCT ran out."
This is my problem with Akutami Sensei, though. Like, I don't think I don't think they're a great writer, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I will say even I almost feel like he brought him back just for the hype. Like I don't think that was part of his initial plan.
You think maybe the editor was like, dude, I think he's like, please do it.
Everyone was like freaking out about Gojo. He's like, all right, fine. Like I will bring him back just to be like he is dead.
Dude, Shonen Jump is big business. Yep. Those editors know what they're doing. Yeah. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
it's like we talked about. It was around the time that My Hero was wrapping up, like having their final battle, and it outshined that a lot. It like overshadowed it a lot.
I thought My Hero was so much better.
Yeah.
Like so much fucking better. My Hero, up until the last couple of chapters, My Hero was a masterpiece. Yes. I personally don't think he fully landed it. But yeah. I'm not gonna pick too much.
There's a lot of people that didn't like the ending. I
won't say I didn't like it. I think there wasn't enough.
Yeah, I'll give it more credit than other people will. But I feel like that's sadly how a lot of endings go.
I think so too. I mean, it's part of the business, and especially someone like him. How long has he been going? My Hero started in what, like 2000? Was it like 11 or some shit like that? I don't know. We gotta look it up. Yeah, but 14 maybe. Who knows? Long enough for him to be done and tired.
Yeah.
I don't know how Oda's doing it.
Yeah. Oh man, that guy.
Everyone's like, just keep him alive. Just keep him safe.
They are really more scared of him perishing before his manga.
After Mura.
Yep. Yep. So, but yeah, JJK, it's looking good. Those, I would say those last two, including the leak, were the best chapters like out of the entire series, and just because that was the first time we got actual like backstory for Itadori, got to look into like who he was, and I feel like it was the first time it was like some philosophy actually put into that, because Itadori in that chapter talks about like what are we, but like like he talks about like what memories are, like it doesn't actually matter what we do as long as like we are the memories floating. He talks
honestly, he has been like that since his introduction.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Since he recognized he had power, he had the question of how to use that power. Like he is actually a character who has never abused it in the slightest.
Yeah,
and has always questioned it.
And he always talked about, so his kind of like character development was he wanted to give people like just deaths, and then he did like the whole thing of like it really doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And then it kind of led to this chapter where he's like, you lived a good life as long as you lived it, because your purpose could have been, watering the flowers, or he kind of gets on that philosophy of like just your purpose in life is to live and be happy and just do whatever. So I liked it. I think it matches him perfectly as a character. I think it was good development and just everything to make us cheer for him more, because, we will definitely admit that for a while we're like, where is our main character? He was just kind of like, he was a side character almost.
Where's our main character? Where's the story?
Yeah.
Where's anything that makes sense? Where are all the other characters? Who are all these new characters? Oh, all these new characters are gone. Why'd they come? I got mad gripes.
Yes.
There's a part of me, though, that's like hates myself for not buying the new volumes. There is a part, like, I don't know if it's just like my collector, like completionist brain that's like, I'm 2 volumes behind and like upset about it, but I also can't bring myself to buy them. I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
I'm the same way about Chainsaw Man a little. You know what? I might just have to buy you the JJK volumes, and you can buy me the Chainsaw Man volume.
Wait a minute, are you like 6 behind now, though? I'm only 2 behind, motherfucker.
He caught me.
Oh, man. But I think Chainsaw Man's way better. Honestly,
see,
that's my opinion. I know, but I think
opinion
it's
is the
way
other way
better.
Around.
I mean, I'd much rather
way better, but I do. I'll always say like I'm looking forward to JJK more than I am to Chainsaw Man.
I definitely think that Chainsaw Man spun its wheels for a minute there, but I think that it's
you also read it all at once when you reread it and read it all at once. You said it was better.
So. I did. Yeah. Yes, it was much better just reading it.
Yeah, so I might have to do that.
Yeah. But also like I like Asa. I really like her as a character. She's very interesting to me. Yeah, it's very interesting. I like it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never going to reach the heights of that first arc.
Yeah.
It's never going to reach Volume 9 heights again.
Yeah.
Very few manga does. I mean, it's like Naruto pain arc shit.
Yeah.
It's just, it's strong. It's strong storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna get that often. I don't know how the fuck he did that, honestly. I mean, he pulled a magic trick, bro. But also, like, I take that back. We do know how he did that. I mean, read Look Back. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Or Goodbye, Ari.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude. I'm going to reread Goodbye, Ari.
Yeah.
I like that shit.
We got him.
You got it here somewhere.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you haven't read that, really check it out. It's fascinating.
He does write some wonderful one-shots.
I really like his one-shots. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was actually pretty cool. Like he took that big, hiatus in between the Chainsaw Man arcs and we got those one shots. I like the way he did that.
Yeah.
For sure. Did you read the other one? He wrote it, he didn't draw it. I can't remember who drew it.
No, I didn't. Because I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, like just sing the song or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's about like a person who like loves somebody, so they write them a song to confess their love, and the other person is not into it. I gotta reread it.
He just shows his life more and more, man. You can just like tell who he is by the way he writes.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna judge him. We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, luckily, I've never sung a song to somebody.
And then be like,
okay, so forget this happened. I am leaving. I will never come back. You won't see me, I promise. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Tatsuki, though, he's the shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll give him his credit for sure.
Yep. Yeah, man. So, other than that, though, like, hey, this season coming up is going to be pretty good.
Yes, I'm very excited for October.
Me too.
October is going to be like my most favorite October ever in my
This
life.
is a great season. I really did not realize we would get the first 3 episodes of Don to Don in the theater.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm losing it. I am losing my mind for this. I cannot wait for this. We are gonna record everything the whole time.
Yeah, we'll do a little vlog. We'll have a nice little vlog
before, after
playlist.
Me in the car, screaming on the way there and crying on the way back. Giant Seika.
Oh man,
Seiko. God, I can't remember. Because
this
there's
is
2
waifu, guys.
It's because I have 2 waifu, Seika and Seiko. Okay, one is Ijicha's older sister from Bochi.
Oh, okay.
And one is
that's funny.
ISA.
They're both.
One is Seiko and one's Seika, so I get them confused. Seika, ISA, and Seiko. I can't remember her last name. I smoke a lot of weed. What do you want?
Got it backwards. Again.
I know. I believe I did.
Seiko, ISA. And then whatever Bochi's sister's name is.
Yeah, the other one.
The other one.
The other
Side
one.
Chick.
Take O and A and switch them.
This is what you can expect when you get into 40 Sans harem, by the way.
Yeah, or just when you get into your 40s. Look forward to that, kids. No, I blame the weed. It's been like this for years.
Hey, man.
It's true. It's true. Hey, the less I talk, the less I fuck up.
The less you talk, the less you are... Oh, what is it? I think it's in Power, but it's the less you say, the less you are likely to say something stupid or that will, get you in trouble or, for anything. But that was one of the rules, I think, is the less you say, the better. Basically.
It's true, yeah. So, keep your mouth shut.
Never say more than is needed.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. It's definitely helped me.
That book is good. Listen, every law has something in it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot out of it. Like literally every page, there's something that makes me like think. It's really great. I really like that book. I'm dragging on it, but
yeah, it's all right. I just started. I'm listening to it. I'm listening to the audiobook. It's good. How have you come across anything in that book like that you're like, like morally?
I mean, it depends on how you use it. It really just depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, sure. There's an entire law in there about like not making your masters look bad.
Yeah.
But the biggest part of if you really understand what you're reading in these books, that law is there to help you become the master anyway.
Yes.
So like it's a duplicitous thing. You know what I mean? So what are morals when you're trying to get to the top?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Because you got to fucking step on a few heads to get up, man.
Yeah. Absolutely, and that's life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I'm reading his other book, The Art of Seduction, and like again, it is like looking at it objectively, like this is how you interact with people. And, sometimes when I read something, I'm like, holy shit, that's terrible. But I'm like, I also understand, like, you can use it in certain ways. And
right.
Sometimes you have to put your morals aside in order to step up, like we said.
Sometimes you got to just lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to lie right in someone's face.
Yeah. It's the way the world is, sadly.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Sometimes that lie hurts. Sometimes it helps.
Yeah.
I mean... The line of difference is very fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very fine.
It's very interesting.
All right. So, like, speaking of power, our one of our favorite girls.
Yep.
I'm the type who never flushes the toilet. Or rarely, or whatever she says.
She's so bad, guys.
Fucking hilarious. Ugh.
What I would give to drink that water.
I don't know. Her hygiene is not good.
No. Well, I think it's not even a matter of hygiene. Drinking shit water is just, you're probably dead.
I wasn't going literal. Anyway, speaking of our girl Power, let's just talk about, like, I think Chainsaw Man's a great example of, you started this conversation off with one's purpose, one's place in life. Denji's a character who didn't have one.
Yeah.
He didn't have a place. He didn't have a purpose until he made one for him, but for, basically a slave for a horrible person.
All the wrong reasons, yeah.
All the wrong reasons, thank you. And through that story, he thinks he finds his place, and it's a bad place. And he even understands that, like, intellectually understands that his place is bad, but still chooses to go woof. Right?
So it's kind of like we were talking about with, like, emotions versus morals. Like, he puts, well, I wouldn't even say he puts his emotions to the side, because his emotions is like, I just want to be, I'll woof for this girl. I just want to eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, he finds his purpose, which is not really his purpose. It's all for all the wrong reasons. And then we were talking about Power. I mean, not Power the character, but Power the book. Makima is a great example of that.
Makima is the ultimate example. I mean, we could probably do a full episode on the Control Devil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so, like, I mean, she puts Denji in his place, and, like, he doesn't even pull himself out of it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not even him. Once he gets confronted with the awful reality of his truth, then the Chainsaw Devil takes over. Right? So Denji doesn't even really get to, like, rescue himself. And then once the story is concluded, he's given a place yet again when he's presented with Nayuta.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Denji again falls into, oh, now I have a purpose and I have a place for the story to go, only until, now, currently in the storyline, where maybe that place is being questioned again. What do I always say to you? Look at Denji, can't get a break. This dude cannot get a break.
Cannot get a break.
Oh, man.
He's a weird character, too, because, like, for the longest time, it was, I just want to get laid, basically.
Yeah.
And he still battles with that. And I think I've talked to you about that before. Like, I relate to him. I think most people do. Because it's like,
for sure,
a lot of times you do just want to get laid. But, like, what is that really all? That's not all you want. And then I think Nayuta is, like, a good example of, like, he starts to develop, like, a family. And, like, he wants to protect his family. He wants to have, I mean, in the beginning
love.
Of the second
he didn't
part,
want to get laid. He wanted love. He just
Yeah.
didn't understand what that was because he'd never had it before.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, you see, this is the thing. He doesn't know any better because what he has with Nayuta also isn't love because she's also just the fucking Control Devil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he still doesn't really technically have it.
Yeah.
But he has a place, and he protects that place with everything he has. Which is why, dude, you've read the last chapter, right? Of Chainsaw Man.
So.
Spoilers for Chainsaw Man. Like, her head on the plate and his expression is just like,
he has no. Yeah.
I
flips out.
want to see it. I want to see where this goes.
I mean,
I want to see him destroy the world.
Chapter, the last chapter was the Mouth Devil.
Yeah. Them doing the experiments with the ear devil and stuff.
I mean, they obviously sent those specific ones in to experiment what happens, and they're talking about like we recall the conversation, but we don't.
It's fucking interesting.
So it almost looks like. I mean, it definitely looks like they're trying to use him to, do something to write history in their own way.
They want to become immortal. Yeah, they're trying to get him to eat the aging devil.
The aging devil.
They're like the aging devil. Will accept to be eaten if we give him like 10,000. It was like 10,000 Japanese citizen youths or something like that.
Yeah,
which is dark.
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah, just bring them in. We'll give them Japanese citizenry. It'll be fine. Oof.
Yeah,
fucking guys, too much.
Crazy.
Too much, Tatsuki. Too much. But
yeah, yeah, man. I mean.
Control, folks.
Control, power, all of it.
It's something you're going to hear us talking about quite a bit because life is about control and it's about power dynamics. Whether you recognize it or not, you're in them every single day. And you have to join the struggle. You have to do it yourself. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you evil. You don't have to use your power for bad. You don't have to manipulate evilly. You can do things on the up and up. But if you don't control your own space, you're just going to get stepped on.
And that's why we love Aaron. That's why we were talking about the Rice Show.
The Rice Show.
That's why
Sakuna.
We love all that stuff. Yeah, definitely books recommending 48 Laws of Power. The Prince by Machiavelli is another one that we will be talking about.
Well, that's interesting. Although, I mean, that pertains to us little folk a little less, but there's still some interesting things in there when you want to like understand government, and stuff.
It's the idea of understanding, the powers above you. I mean,
exactly.
And I think that has to do with
our masters.
Talking about our masters, exactly. So,
yeah. So, yeah, man. Just think about it, man. Let us know what you think about power dynamics because it's awfully interesting. So many people are going to be yelling at us, and I'm gonna keep on yelling. I'll turn up the volume. It's fine with me. It's fine. So yeah, man. I say like, share, subscribe. 40-san out.
Decon out. Thanks for watching, guys.